Welcome to Comic Toy Reviews. This is a review of Hope Summers, part of the new Marvel Legends action figures by Hasbro. Hope Summers, the card art, and it goes, X-Men's Hope Summers. Will the one destined to save mutants spell doom for mankind? On Hope Summers, part of the Return of Marvel Legends, and it's part of the Terrax Build-A-Figure series. This is a pretty new character in the X-Men comic books. Before we get to the review, it does come with this piece of paper called Tales of Terrax 2 of 6, and it shows you how to put the figure together. And this figure Hope, it has the head and axe of Terrax. So right here, it has the head and the axe weapon. Those are the parts that the figure had. And this will be a separate review on this channel. Back to Hope Summers. Interesting character. It's pretty new in the comic books. Started out as a baby, and then in a few years in the comics is a full adult. She is the adopted daughter of Cable and time traveler. And first thing, I'm not sure what weapons she has in the comic books, but this weapon seems really big. It also looks like a reuse, possibly, of the weapons from the Forge Wolverine 2-pack. Looks like a gun from that. Overall, not sure I like the gun too much, this big for the character. But since it is like an X-Men character, you could use various weapons and different guns for the character. One picture, she has handguns, really. And if you got the Steve Rogers action figure, which is part of this wave, those handguns look really good for this character as well. You could probably use different weapons from other characters that this person could use. See, that one looks pretty good. But this weapon, yeah, it's big. Looks kinda... I'm not sure if it's out of place really, but that's okay. Doesn't hurt to have an extra weapon for the figure. Now let's get to the figure itself. I was surprised how good this action figure it is. I mean, one fault of Toy Biz back then was they're females, with rare exception. Most of them didn't look good. And even early on, Hasbro, with their female figures, didn't look good. But later on, they got good at making them, and this is a good figure to use for a female mold. One thing to notice is the figure looks good, I think, sculpt-wise. Look at the way the hair is in terms of sculpt and the face. It looks actually like a real person and not like cartoon-like in sculpt like some other figures. This one looks like it was based on someone real, like if you know what I'm saying, not cartoon-like in style, not at all. You can see the hair here, nicely sculpted. Does have this sort of like a ragged type of cape look over here. That's pretty cool. It adds a little something to the character. And in the comic books, she does have that. One thing to notice also is this green. It's sort of like a metallic, shiny green in terms of the paint. I'm not sure exactly what they used for it. I wasn't expecting that when I saw the early images, but when you see it in hand, it does look good, this metallic type of green paint that they're using. You can see here the forearms have details. Really nice, and it is sculpted details. It's not painted, so there is some sculpted detail there. That's nicely done. You can see by the knee area, the kneecaps are covered up here. This is all sculpted as well. Sculpted detailing here. You can see the different colors. Looks nice. Even the feet here, you can see the boots. It's a flat feet, but you could see that it has some grooves on it. More sculpting detail. Oh, this is a a better looking figure than I thought it would be, thanks to the paint applications and the overall details like this and all of this. So, good figure. And let's get to the articulation. Side to side. This side is good, but this side, not too much because the hair does get in the way. Up and down, just a little bit. This does get in the way a bit. This cape. I'm pretty sure if you could remove it if you wanted to, but since it's comic book accurate to have it like this, it just looks better that way, so I'm keeping that. Shoulders, side to side, up and down, but there is no upper bicep cut, so nothing there. Has one point of articulation at the elbows, but you can spin it in and out. Same here. Right here above the forearm, you can spin that articulation point. Same here. The wrist, in and out, and you can spin that as well. Same here. This has a open hand to hold the weapon, and this hand is also open, but a little less so. So it could hold some weapons maybe, but not all of them as much as this one. Upper body, up and down, has side to side. Nothing at the waist area here, so that's plain. Ball jointed hips, up and down, and side to side. Could use that on the figure. Upper thigh cuts there, articulation point wise. Double knees. And it's good how this part actually covers up the whole kneecap articulation. The feet could rotate 360 and up and down. No toe articulation, so that's about it. And yes, you could hold the weapon on the other arm as well. So, Hope Summers, overall, it's a good figure. I was more impressed with it than I thought it would be, thanks to the paint application and a good sculpt. Good for any X-Men grouping or display. As I mentioned, it is a new character in the X-Men books, but this person could also hang out with Cable, so if you got that figure, this is a good match for that, as well as Cyclops and others. This is part of the Hasbro Return of Marvel Legends. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later. Hope Summers, you want to exchange that weapon for these two guns? I don't think so.